So we are here speaking to Eli Frankham. It's been a couple of days since that epic night at York Hall. Time for the dust to settle, for you to have a little think about how that night went down. So first of all, Eli, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Listen, I'm devastated, obviously, what's happened. And a lot of people said to me, yeah, but obviously, because of the caliber of person I was in with Michael and all the rest of it, but I genuinely, hand on heart, believed in the whole build up to this fight and on the night and during the fight that I was going to win. So to me, it's still a loss. Um, and a hard loss to take, do you know what I mean? But when the dust settles a bit more, I think I'll be able to take a lot more positives from it. Um, a cousin of mine said to me last night, if this shoe was on the other foot, what would you tell me? What would you be saying to me? So, like, and he was right because I'll be giving good advice. But when it's yourself,
Hmm.
it's hard because do you know what I mean? It's hard. But yeah, listen, man, I'm all right, I'm fine. I was fine on the night. I was fine
Yeah,
on the night. I've got a bit of an injury to my knee. Obviously, the way I went down was quite heavy. But other than that, mate, I'm in good spirits. I knew what I was getting myself in for, mate. Um, Not one regret. I wouldn't change a thing, and I loved every minute of it.
that's amazing. And you have every right to think you were in with a chance because for those first three rounds, I was impressed. I was thinking, all right, this kid can box. As you said, the levels you jumped, I mean, that was like what, like half a dozen levels in one fight.
Oh yeah, of
Yet
course, mate,
you
of
were
course. Yeah,
hanging
I was
in
more than
there.
that. Yeah.
So tell us about those first three rounds. Like I said, it looked like you were boxing well. Didn't seem too bothered when he did clip you a few times, and
No, mate. Do you know what? A few people said to me, "I yeah, you a few times in the fight," and he never. The first time Michael hurt me was a right hand just before the uppercut that landed that dropped me. He hit me with a right hand, and I felt it. But before that, I know I took a couple of big shots, but I wasn't too phased. And to be honest with you, look, we had a game plan, and the game plan was try and stay long as possible. And keep it. Look, I've been known to over the time to have a low left hand lead hand. That's just how I've always boxed from a kid. But we try to harness it a little bit for this fight in particular. But I just thought if I kept using the jab and the jab only and staying too far away, Michael's not silly. He recognised that, and he was doing little things in there, little feints, and he was just testing me to see what I do. So I thought, let me have a variety and be adaptable, not just stick to the same sort of like thing all night. Because all he do is just train me up to this feint. And I know he likes to slip right hand, so and the jab's perfect for him to do that with. So I try to mix it up, and I didn't want to run away because I thought if I run away um, and try and nick rounds, sometimes judges don't like that.
yeah,
So I thought, do you know what? What better way to do it and just throw with him? Do you know what I mean? If I can keep it legit, keep my hands in tight, try and stay protected and let my hands go. Um, why not? Why not? Like, don't let him intimidate me. Just run. Like, I wanted to have a good game plan. I stuck to it majority of the time. Do you know what I mean? He probably drew me in a little bit more than I'd have liked, but at the same time, I know, I know what I've got inside me throughout the whole years. As a kid, I would never quit as a kid. Not many kids would do it, but even as a 10, 11-year-old, there's nothing. I used to get pushed to serious. Like, you couldn't do it to a kid now. Like, the way my dad used to train me and the things he installed in me, is fucking borderline child abuse. Like the way like he would not as in physically with me, but just the things he done like that wouldn't be allowed today, and I would certainly never do it with my kids. But I'm so grateful for everything my father did with me because on moments like that the other night, there's no way I was never getting up. There's no way I could go and visit my father's grave,
hmm,
look my kids in the eyes, um, look them in the eyes, and say I was happy to just lay there and take a cat. Like, no way was it happening. I was getting up no matter what. I was
yeah,
always getting up. I never, ever. And I got up. I was up. I was fine.
absolutely. We'll come to that in a second. I just want to know, like, between rounds, what was your corner telling you about how the rounds were going? Did they
Yeah,
think you nicked a
the,
couple of them?
yeah. Like the first round, to be fair, I was under instructions. Don't show him too much. Don't give it and have a little look. So to be fair, I never was going to do too much in the first round. I probably let Michael do a little bit too much, and I know he landed a good right hand, and I let him land a few jabs and things. I maybe should have threw a little bit more, but it was just a bit of a feel out and stuff. And I purposely sort of didn't do too much. Maybe Michael looked like he was trying to like sort of land a big shot from the off. Like he looked like he wanted to do a demolition job in the first round. To be fair, he started fast, and I was happy with the first round. We knew what we were doing. Second round, in between rounds, trainer said to me, "Listen, now let's go. Let's do it now. Now get a bit busy with it." And I sat down at the end of the third. My trainer was buzzing, and because of how animated how he was, it grew confidence with me. I was getting more confident throughout the fight. Like I even was confident up until I got dropped. Like those rounds were only I felt I was getting better for me.
Mhm.
Only Michael knows how he felt, but I felt like the longer it went on, I looked a bit more fresh. I don't know, I felt fresh. I mean, I felt that I'd done the rounds, but I felt that I looked fresher than him. But we're two big guys in the day, and we're slugging it out. We're gonna burn energy, but yeah, my corner were happy. Like in between rounds, we're happy. I had a little slight nick on the eye that got sorted out. That's the only reason why I sat down because I stand in between rounds. Um, yeah, and because they were happy, I was happy, and I just thought, yeah, yeah, I'm just gutted obviously the way it ended, but the fight itself, like I had to give a good account of myself. I had to give a good account of myself. Obviously, I wanted to win, but I didn't even want to think about losing. But if it did come to a loss, I had to show what I can do,
Mhm.
and hopefully that's what I did. I mean, I know I did, but I was just still a bit sore at the minute. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, you did. You mentioned you did have a fight plan there. Given Michael's age, and he didn't look great physically. I know he's not body beautiful and muscles don't win fights and all that, but was there any thought of let's drag him out, see how those 37-year-old legs hold out
Yeah, of
against me?
course. And like with him flying in and stuff and leaving it a bit late and stuff, I just thought the later the fight goes, it suits me. But obviously, look, Michael probably just thought that he would do his thing until he landed the shot. He was obviously confident, but that's how he's won most of his fights. He's confident in his power. But I just thought the later that fight went on, it was only going to suit me. Me personally, I thought anything close was going to go Michael's way anyway. Listen, at the end of the day, it was the Michael Hunter show, wasn't it? Like, at the end of the day, I'm in the away corner. I've got to do something pretty spectacular to beat him. So I didn't want to just run and nick points. So I wanted to win the rounds convincingly, which by all accounts on the Georgia scorecard, I think I was up. So I
Hmm.
must have been doing something right. And I feel like that only would have progressed every round. But listen, it's a fight, and you can be winning 9 rounds. You get caught in a 10th round, you've lost. It doesn't matter what you've done for 9 rounds, does it? But in result wise, but I'm just glad that hopefully the footage comes out of the fight, just to give me a bit of what's the word I'm looking for really, like just so people can see what actually happened because. The only thing circulating is Michael knocking me down, and it looks like Michael knocks me out actually because I go down and that's the end of the footage.
Yeah.
But give me some fucking credit, mate. At the end of the day, I know the heart and the balls I got. People close to me know I got it. Yeah, I showed the world that what I've got in me to get up, and I don't like if that was on the TV and we was watching a pay-per-view guy box off a ridiculous fight. I don't know, some of the two of the top fighters in the world. I'm pretty sure we'd all be saying, "How the fuck has he got up from that?"
Mm.
Um, but obviously because of the caliber of the fight. But listen, I don't know what else to say about it. Um, I'm grateful for the opportunity from Rich Energy to put me on that show. I'm grateful for Michael for like giving me the opportunity to share the ring with him. And I got one thing I've got to say about Michael is, do you know what? He's one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, before, during, and after, mate. Honestly, he's a gentleman, and yeah, he had some nice things to say about me afterwards. Likewise, I did him. I've watched him as a fan and stuff. So yeah, yeah. I hope he goes. I hope he goes all the way, man. I do.
Absolutely. I mean, just on that fourth round, then, obviously it was a right uppercut that dropped you. Did you not see it coming?
Mate, now listen, I won't lie about it. I think he hit me with a right hand just before that, the other side of the ring. I was trying to hold on. I think my legs might have dipped a little bit, but I was trying to hold on, and then we come round back towards the other ropes, and I remember obviously going. I wanted to be a high guard because Michael was throwing a lot of like hooks and straight hands, and experience paid off, mate. And he just little chuck away left hook to bring the hands down, uppercut. Can't remember the shot landing. I'll be honest with you, mate. The footage is there. You can't look. Cameras
Yeah.
don't lie. Um, I was out. I was out. no, there's no point in me sugarcoating it. I was out because my full body went limp. I dropped. Well, you see how I dropped. I dropped all horrible on my knee. I sat on my fucking the ball. I sat on the sole of my foot somehow. That how that ever worked out. My arms went limp. My head was. I was out, but I've come round to myself, and I think when I realised I was sort of like open my eyes, I heard four, the count of four. I managed to get my onto one knee at five, and I was going to stand up, and then the corner. Uh, I looked John Faxton straight in the eyes, said, "I'm okay, I'm all right, I'm good, I'm good." I just wanted to assure John that I was okay.
Hmm.
Um, he said, "Take the 8." And my other trainer said, "Take the 8, take the 8." And then I looked like, went sort of, right, let's go. Heard 8 up, bell goes. I thought, lovely. Start walking back to the corner, like to walk back towards the corner because the bell went. Then the ref waves it off. So it's confusing. Look, I was very, very vocal, slightly unprofessional, which I apologised afterwards. On the interview because I showed a bit of aggression towards the ref. I was very upset about it. And I may have said like a couple of swear words to the ref, which I'm very, very sorry for. But in that moment, when you're like, it's a pride thing. I'm such a proud man and a fighting man, and I got a big heart, and that wasn't the way I wanted to go out. I genuinely, and I said this afterwards, and I was told, "Don't be stupid." Like, what are you saying that for? I said, I genuinely would have rather got knocked out than got finished like that. Because if you look, it is what it is. But I don't know. I don't know. Only that ref can say what he thingy. But you know, we've all seen knockouts, and a ref will get a man, wipe his gloves on his things. Can you continue? Or look him in the eyes to see anything.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance. You know, the people that put the show on, and 99% of people in that venue told me that they never would have stopped that fight. Other officials have said to other people, my family members, that that fight shouldn't have been stopped. William, like everyone said it. Like everyone said it. Regardless of it, look, I might have come out the next round and Michael might knock me out. Look, we never know what's going to happen. We'll never know. I could have come out and recovered. But
Yeah.
so the decision's a decision. Michael won his fight. Listen, he might have been eyeing that one up for a couple of rounds, and it might have come in round 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But do you know what? Give me my chance to prove myself because I deserve that at least. I give a good performance while it lasted, and yeah, I just wanted to, that's the main reason why to come on here, mate, as well. Just because a lot of people out there just think that I got knocked out by Michael Hunter, and that's not the case.
No, absolutely. And in fact, where I was sitting ringside, I was opposite where the way you were facing your corner.
Yeah,
And so in the discussion afterwards, and when it was waved off, I was actually thinking, what?
yeah, of
Because I
course,
could
mate. Of
see
course.
you talking to your corner,
Yeah, just I
and
was
then
assuring
I
them
thought,
because obviously I see them looking like fuck. Like, look, in the moment when I spoke in the interview, I was telling, look, I was fine. I went down. Like, I can't like, remember going down. I didn't realise how heavy I went down
mhm,
till I see it afterwards. Yeah, but that made me getting up that even more special because I went down so heavy and was so out of it. But then I recovered so quickly because I
yeah,
promise you, when I was looking at my corner, I was clearly talking to him. I felt okay. My eyes were okay. My legs, when I stood up, my legs were okay. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I spoke in an interview afterwards, 10 minutes after the fight. Do you know what I mean? I spoke as good as I am speaking to you now. I was fine, mate. Got caught with a big shot. Kudos to Michael Hunter. Like I say, a lovely man. I hope he goes on to do great things, man, because his career's been stalled, and it's not nice to see. Because do you know what I mean? It's just not his. It's probably not even his own fault. But yeah, yeah, I just can't wait to get back in the ring, mate. I know it's going to be a bit with this knee and stuff, but I just can't wait to get back in.
you know what? I love to hear that from a fighter. You're right to be annoyed. You're right to be gutted, but I think it's a measure of your mental strength that you want to get back in and you want to talk to us, the media, because a lot of
Oh, of
fighters,
course, mate. Of course.
first defeat, they got to go and sulk about it for a year.
Ah, mate. Listen, mate. There's no more definitely. I'll be honest with you. I tried to hold it together best I could in the ring. My little boy and my girl got in the ring, and I could see they'd been crying. Do you know what I mean? That's hard for me to see that. Do you know what I mean? It was emotional, and then I had to see family members there like upset, my mum and stuff. That's not nice for them to see, but that's part of the game. Do you know what I mean? And so I held it together the best I could. I went backstage, mate. Look, I had a conversation with my trainer John, my trainer Wally, and my mate Charles, and trainer the cornermen and stuff, and Graham Everett. And mate, I cried not because I'm sulking about a loss. it meant so much to me. And because I was so in it, yeah, I just had to let it out, mate. I had to let it out. It's emotions, and that's just what it is. Like, if something means that much to you, mate, a cry is not the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? And that's how much it meant to me. Um, and it's hard thing to deal with. But losing is how I come back from this loss will show the character. And I know. I've just got to show everyone else it, mate. I've always known I could mix it with the best. I've always known that I've got the heart. I've always known that, like, I've got a good chin, and do you know what I mean? It's not like I've been hit by an absolute bum and been absolutely annihilated. Um, I was in a good 50-50 fight with a top 10 fighter in the world and got caught with a big shot. It's boxing, isn't it? But yeah,
Absolutely.
listen,
And
mate, I'll be back. I'll be back, mate. And listen, what I I help train other kids. I work in a gym with kids and adults as well with disabilities, and long-term living conditions and all different things. And what message would I send to them if the way I go on to them every day and when I train other kids? My biggest thing is, I say, I've got a slogan I use on my fight gear and I use it when I post on social media, is it's never too late. And what I mean by that is, like, I got older and I thought it was going to be too late in my boxing with my stint in prison and stuff. And rightly so, a lot of people thought it was over, but I always had that little bit of hope. And because I wouldn't quit, and I always tell them never quit, whether it's a temporary while it's in training, whether it's a long-term goal, whatever it is, never quit and never give up. Never, ever give up. And then you can get it. And I'm living proof of that. So what message would I be sending to them if now I've had a loss on my record? Oh, well, then, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't not fight again anyway, because when you're a proper fighter, you love actually getting in that ring and fighting. So until the love for it goes, I'll keep fighting, mate. Win, lose, or draw, I'll keep it lit.
good on you, because one thing's for sure, you can fight. I don't think we should be under any illusions. Not only did you fight one of the most skilled heavyweights on the planet, without a doubt, there was also a size difference. A lot of people, I know Lee McAllister was saying that actually cruiserweight would be a better weight division for you. Do you think that?
Yeah, mate. Listen, I've thought about it on and off for a little while. The trouble with it is, I do obviously I carry weight. What some people don't realise is, in that space of time I had out of boxing, I actually ballooned up to 22 and a half stone. So I am 7 stone lighter than what I was at one point.
Hmm.
Um, and I tried to sort of like get down to as low as I could. And I think I got down to 14 stone 12 before, which is 8 pounds over the cruiserweight limit. And I just struggled for a little while. But in the build up to this fight, um, I was weighing around 15 stone 3, 15 stone 4.
Hmm.
And the plan was, I got a nutritionist on board, and the plan was to um, put some weight on and come in as heavy as I could. And I wanted to get close to 16 stone, because in my head I thought Michael was going to be around 16 and a half, 16, something like that. Because I knew I'd still have my movement, still have my speed. So just to have that little bit of something extra there. But I mean, I ate and drank all day. I drank a litre and a half of water just before weigh. I think I come in at like 15.8. It is what it is. The weight didn't play a factor in that fight. Like, that's not any reason. I'm not just sitting there saying that. But maybe it's just an eye opener to probably see if I can get down. Because I mean, even if I had agreed fights, where we're fighting just above the cruiserweight limit until a title fight comes up for a day before weigh-in, and then it's easier to make the weight. But I've always just felt comfortable with the heavyweights. I've always sparred heavyweights
Hmm.
from a kid, because I've always been sort of 16 stone, 15 and a half stone. But um, yeah, and that's why I say to people, like, yeah, I've took a massive jump up, but that's what I was saying to people before. Don't count me out, because I know sparring is different, but I've been in there with some good people. So um, I knew I was going to give a good account of myself. I was just proving it to the world, proving it to everyone who haven't seen me, and just discredited the fight itself. There was a lot of people on social media, which I don't always bother about too much, but when it's sent directly to me and I get shit sent to me, I can't. Like, I've seen it then, so I just look at it, or I'll probably like say, oh, yeah, well, they're only talking rubbish anyway. But a lot of people discredited Bieber. A lot of people discredited Rich Energy, William Story. A lot of people discredited Michael, which, yeah, I see what they're saying. He's probably come down a tier, and I've had to jump up probably 10 tiers. But the fight got made, and everyone thought it wasn't going to happen, and everyone thought everyone was shit talk. But listen, the fight got made, so fair play to Michael for coming over for number one. Fair play to William Story for making it happen. And obviously, listen, it was a no-brainer for me, mate. I was never not going to fight. I wanted to fight. I asked for the fight. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't. Look, and this is no disrespect to William Story, by the way, at all. But I got peanuts for that fight. Peanuts for that fight. I can go and sell tickets local on a show and probably get better money out of a ticket deal. I did not fight Michael Hunter for the money. I did not fight him for the money. I boxed him before because I thought I could beat him, and when I beat him, I thought that'd be the one that would change me and my family's life. Fell short of the mark, mate, but I'm pretty sure that'll happen again next year. Some other chances, whoever it'll be with.
You'll be back for sure. Like I said, there's no doubt you've got the ability. So pushing on with your career, what can we expect from you? I mean, we know that the standard route with the board is blocked off for you. You're going to try and get some international like opponents.
Yeah, because like in
Go abroad.
February, mate. Yeah, in February as well. I can like, look. I'm at the minute. I've penciled in a date with Will for February, the end of February. But I'm willing, like from February, because I'm currently still on probation. So where I've held a prison sentence,
Hmm.
I'm still on probation, so I'm still on a license. That all ends in a few months' time. So mate, if there's good 50-50 fights abroad, so also be it. I'll go in the away corner, mate. I'm not, but I showed that the other day. He boxed one of the best fighters in the world in the away corner.
Yeah.
Albeit, I had a great mate. Well, you were there, man. The atmosphere was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And let's have it right. Everyone was there for me, bar probably a handful of people. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I've got the best fans. And honestly, I'm not just saying it for. Let's have it right. I'm a small hall fighter. I've got one of the best set of fans going. They travel. People make the mistake of thinking, oh yeah, I'm in England, I was the home fighter. Yeah, I was, but my people still had to travel 3 hours to that fight, you know? Two
Hmm.
and a half, 3 hours, and that. It's not like it's down the road. So, um, yeah, got the best people in the world, mate. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I see some interviews before where they say when you lose, that's when you realise how lonely boxing is. That's had the opposite effect with me, mate. I'll be honest with you, I've never had so many phone calls and so many texts in from everyone I know, and then mind blowing from people I don't know. There's so many people I don't know that have contacted. My message requests are ridiculous, and people I don't even know or never heard of. And some people, like high up in boxing or just people in general from different countries, just congratulating me. And I think I gained a lot of respect before the fight for taking it. But I think now people realise there was no payday involved. And I've showed the heart and courage I did to, one, get in the ring, two, give a good performance and mix it with them, and three, get up from a hell of a shot. I'd like to think I've gained a lot of respect off a lot of people.
Absolutely. Gained quite a few new fans as well, I'd imagine. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, is there you got any names in mind? You ready to call people out? I mean, once you've been
Mate,
in
you
with
know
Michael
me, I'll
Hunter.
fight anyone as long as, listen, with Michael Hunter it was different because let's have it right, he's a household name, and I know he's not been in the top mix for a little while, but he's thereabouts, and he will be. I'm sure of it in the future, 2026. I've never been one for calling out people. If the fights are there and they're offered, do you know what I mean? Because I don't like disrespecting fighters. Look, it's hard because anyone I fight has to be international because I
Mhm.
can't fight any British fighters because of the board of control. They wouldn't allow that fight. But yeah, any international fighter that's got a bit about him, any bit of caliber. Um, but I want to fight for good titles and good money. I deserve that. Do you know what I mean? I deserve, and I'm pretty sure William will see that now. Like, I'll speak to William in a week. But I feel like I deserve a good chance to earn some good money out of it because I've never really earned money out of boxing. But I've given my life to it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've given 22 years of my life to it, and I ain't really got much to show for it because I love to fight. And all this, what I've done, although I've done it because I love it, I have to have something to show for it by the end of it, even if it's just for the kids. Do you know what I mean? Just something to give them. And I don't want to go and be well, hopefully I can, but I'm not saying I want to go and be a millionaire, but I want something to show for it. So when it's done, I can say, well, look, I went for all that, but here you go, Luana, here you go, Eli, my son and my daughter. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, anyone that says I don't do it for that, what I've done, I don't do for the money because I've got a longer term goal. But then it comes a point, it's a business, and then money has got to come into it. Money didn't come into the whole of my career, the last 10 fights. Money hasn't got to come into it. But moving forward, um, titles and money comes with titles. Have to be uh, have to be a big part of it. But it wouldn't. It's not. That's not to say that I then start saying, "Oh, well, I won't want to fight this person because I ain't getting stupid money." Hasn't got to be stupid money, but it's just got to be justifiable for the lifestyle that I have to live. Because people have to remember that I work. I was working. I work. I work every day. I was working the Monday and the Tuesday before my fight because
Hmm.
at the end of the day, I've got bills to pay, and do you know what I mean? I was only doing on like duties and that, but I work in a gym, like I said, with people with disabilities and stuff, and I was still there giving to them because do you know what I mean? They can't lose out, and my work's good. Do you know what I mean? I dropped hours off. I dropped hours off every day, so then I was going in there. I train where I work, near more or less. But I was finishing early every day, so I'll get back and get my extra sessions in. So they've been really good to me. So many people have been good to me for this fight. All my sponsors. Don't even want to start reading them off because you've seen all my stuff. I've got quite a lot. But they all know who they are. I've got friends and family, my partner, my kids, my mum, my dad who's not with us. But mate, my dad's my biggest inspiration, my biggest motivation
Hmm.
from everything he done for me. Um, because without him doing what he done, mate, none of this would be possible. None of it. So yeah, there's so many people, and it's visually everyone see it there. It's there to see on Friday night that yeah, just what it means to them as well. Do you know what I mean? So um, yeah, not really much else to say, mate. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for happened. Like I said, I've got no regrets, and I wouldn't change anything. Um, got a good team around me, and that's the only other team moving forward. Mate, I'd never even I work with John, who's in my corner, and I've always said to him, John, if I can't do it with you, I don't want to do it with anyone else.
Hmm.
So all the time we're cemented and we're there like this, mate, and John's no fool. Do you know what I mean? He's been in there with some of the best in the world. So um, until there's no love there no more for it, or he says anything to me, I'm gonna box and box and box, mate, and box and box. Hopefully, 3 or 4 or 5 years to come.
Well, I'll tell you what, from what we saw in those first 3 rounds, it's going to be a hell of a journey. So I look forward to following you for these next 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah, hopefully, mate.
All right, Eli, great to see you doing so
No,
well.
listen, thank you for having me on.
Congrats
Thank you,
again.
appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure seeing you up close in your skills and speaking to you tonight. And have a great Christmas and New Year. And
Yeah, and you, mate, and you.
look forward to seeing you next year.
See you, mate.